And to join you in having the Bronx great again. Please accept this Democrat, this black Puerto Rican with a kinky hair and a broken English. Please accept my endorsement for you as a president. Thank you very much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Now, this might be an actual long video, but this is a good day. This is a day to celebrate. Yesterday, we had Trump have the most historic and amazing New York City rally that I've ever seen in my lifetime at the very least. Anytime that would happen before, like Reagan or whatever, I was just, not alive. I was not born to my magnificence. But other than that, this is incredible, and what we see here, as those videos pertained, that these people are happy or wanting Trump to be here and really endorsing him. I mean, former Democrats endorsing Donald Trump on what has been going on, and that's what's crazy. And we have more of this, right? We have more of all this stuff. Now, what we're going to go is we're going to show first the amount of other people that are joining here. He also managed to get rappers to endorse him as well. Take a look.
Here as well as rapper Chef G. Does everybody know Chef? Where is Chef G? Where is he? Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hollow. Come on up here, fellas. How are you, man? Hey. Oh, I like that. I want to get that done.
President Trump. Oh, man. One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us.
Make America great again.
Thank you, fellas.
Appreciate you.
An incredible feat in itself, and we have these young kids here also celebrating, or not really celebrating Trump, but are happy that the rapper's here. So the rappers are having an influence on the culture as well. When you have people that are very influential and has a strong youth demographic, you also get that culture along with them. Now, let me put this into one perspective that I want everybody to understand here. I think this is great. And even if Trump does not win New York, which is as strong as he won't, this is a very good benefit, but they could win at the local level, which means which is stronger, honestly, than possibly even the presidency, and it's fantastic. However, we can't leave this video here. We have to have this video where Trump is actively voting for and wanting to help every single black American and minority group of people of any race or creed. And this is the most important video out of all of them. So without further ado, please, guys, stay to watch this video and then get back to me on what you guys think.
Crooked Joe Biden shuffles out the door. I will rapidly rebuild the greatest economy in the history of the world. Look, we had the greatest economy in history. Everybody here, where you have a small business or if you had a job, you were getting more than you ever made. And we had no inflation. We had no 1.4%, considered better than none, because frankly, none in its own way is a bad thing also. We had a perfect number, 1.4%. It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are. It doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans. Down to $1.87 a gallon, and actually times when it was much lower than that. We had a record low poverty rate for Black Americans and Hispanic Americans. We had the best poverty rate in terms of the positive number ever in our history for Black Americans and Hispanic Americans. We lifted 6.6 million people out of poverty. Nothing like that has ever happened in our country. And the real middle class income rose over $6,000 a year. Think of that. Under Biden, it's a disaster. Real middle class income has fallen over $2,000 a year. That's a lot. That's a difference of $8,000. Real earnings for African Americans are down 5.6%. African Americans are getting slaughtered. Hispanic Americans are getting slaughtered. And these millions and millions of people that are coming into our country, the biggest impact and the biggest negative impact is against our Black population and our Hispanic population, who are losing their jobs, losing their housing, losing everything they can lose. They're the ones that are affected most by what's happening. Not only the fact that you've lost the use of your schools, your parks, and your hospitals. Joe Biden's inflation. Do they have that? Do they have it?
It's an amazing speech that I think that needed to be heard across the country, and it should be played across the country, because that is something to where you're not segregating people by race, by anything, or by sex or anything. It is just for everybody involved, and that's what we need in this country is unity. We need unification. We don't need division. And of course, as always, the Democrats have to start with division immediately. They have to start hating on people. Kathy Hochul here, which by the way hates black people, has even gone on to say, "Oh, we don't really need the Bronx." And, it's like, it will always be blue. We don't need it. She actively demeans you guys. This is what she thinks of you guys, right here.
Make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past. So he wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York, because we'll be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
Her response to the people supporting Trump there, the 30,000 people that are in the Bronx right now, she just called the Bronx, her own constituents, her own New Yorkers, her own people, clowns for supporting somebody else. That is completely insane. This is what Kathy Hochul thinks of you guys. This is what she thinks of actual black people and other people, right? But notice that there was a good, strong, healthy dose of black people, and she just called black people clowns because there was a majority of black people there. Let's not forget, Kathy Hochul. Did we forget that you call black people this?
We have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Literally claiming that black people don't know what a computer is and any of that good stuff. So I don't want to hear anything from you, Kathy Hochul. Your type of wording, your kind of vitriol against the New Yorkers, your own people that you let suffer, your own hatred towards the black people, calling them clowns, really good on you. Yes, you're the greatest governor on the planet by actually attacking black people. It's really incredible. And by the way, we have this from AOC saying that, it's not a big deal. We'll always it's fine and all, and we're going to show you what AOC actually has to say about this.
And I suspect there's going to be a lot of out-of-towners there. And listen, we have a big, diverse city. I'm sure someone will be showing up supportive. But even in the hit on the economic point, we just saw that the former president met with oil executives last week saying, hey, you give me $1 billion and I'll make sure that you get the policies that are favorable to raising gas prices and making sure that that a lot of these companies continue to price gouge without proper oversight or regulation. And so the idea that he'd be bringing those down when he's cashing in from the same folks that are bringing those prices up, I think is a little bit suspect. And again, I think the Bronx sees
claiming that it's a majority of out-of-towners in the Bronx. That's insanity. That's really crazy to say that, AOC. This is what the Democrats do. They have to demean every single time on what their supporters are or what have you. Their own constituents, they have to disbar them. They have to put them down. They don't even acknowledge you. If you acknowledge one side, you're useless to them. You're clowns. And this is what the people of the Bronx have to say about AOC's stupidity.
If you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. Right. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx. I actually don't know any Democrats living in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump.
You need to tell her then she need to stay out the Bronx because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump.
I am a Democrat, and I belong here.
And who are you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
What has AOC done for the Bronx?
She's done nothing for the Bronx. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
Then we have the illegals flooding our borders, coming into our communities, sucking up the resources that we barely have. Why should we allow this to happen? Every last person here needs to rise up and get fighting mad, and make sure that you are registered to vote and go out there and you vote up and down the line, not just the presidency. The local elections are more important than the presidency. Get rid of AOC. Vote her ass out. Get rid of Richie Torres. Vote his ass out. I have nothing to lose. So I can stand up here and I can say this. None of you here are paid to be here. She got on color TV this morning and said that Trump busted in these people and paid everyone out here. Who here got paid to be here today? Are you here because you know that this is the time in history that you're in the right place at the right time and you need to be here today?
Right. So, AOC, you think that this is not the Bronx or majority of the people, but I think that some of these people are having a different tune. They don't want you here, AOC. They do not want you there. They want you gone. And you're starting to really eat your foot right now because of your own stupidity and ignorance, because you're completely clowning on your own people. This is what the Kathy Hochul and AOC just don't understand. They clown on them, they call them clowns, they put them down, and the Bronx people, at least the Bronx people in New York, but I think it might be more than that, is getting tired of it. 30,000 people showed up for Trump, and they're shaking in their boots. These Democrats are shaking in their boots because their careers are on the line. These are black people and Hispanics, all the mix of rainbow, and they're fed up with the BS. They know the crime that's there. It's over for the Democrats here, and maybe Trump might win New York City. I don't know if that's a possibility, but if he does, that would be insanity, guys. That would be insanity. At least there's some good news for once in a while with all the dark stuff I've been posting. So, yeah, but this is great. I hope everything goes well. Hopefully we'll see the resurgence of New York become red. I would love to see that. And all that amazing stuff. This is how the Democrats treat their own people. When they go against them, they treat them like garbage. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.